And we are live.
All right.
All right,
Cheers, y'all.
welcome to the Thursday show. Cheers, everybody. Um, I will go ahead and tell you I'm going from low to high tonight. I'm starting off with Basil Hayden's.
All right, then.
I've had this bottle sitting over there forever, and I was like, you know what? Let's drink the one with the paper on it,
There you go.
little paper shoulders.
I started off low, too. Went with the Glenlivet, the Caribbean Reserve one.
Oh
80
yeah,
proof.
yeah, yeah. That's going to be good. Well, we got something a little bit special tonight, guys. We're changing the format. This is going to be the last night that we do slides with hashtags. Okay. Because next week is the giveaway. The giveaway show is next week. That'll be our last bottle for a little bit. Now, Mark, I'm going to leave it up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's my night to do samples. Okay. And I was planning on this being the last one. If you want to if you want to continue with the samples, we can.
Okay.
All right, we can do that. Otherwise, I'm not sure yet. If you want to do it next week during the giveaway show, we can. But we're getting ready to change format here, and what we're doing is I have a bunch of formal notes and stuff right here. We're going to go through some things in between these spins, okay? And tonight we're still doing the hashtags for the bottle giveaway, but in between those, so 10-minute segments. I actually have 3 segments here, but there's topics under each one. The first one's going to be trade and industry shifts, and then we're going to talk about awards and flagship releases that are coming out right now,
Dang.
and then innovation and collector experiences. It won't be the same segments every week, but that's what we have this week. And I will tell you, there is something exciting under that last part. So
Come on.
if you have
Man.
something to do, tune back in on this later and see that last
Heck.
part, because there is a program that is starting up that it's got my interest for sure, for sure. But before we get going on that, we are again doing the hashtags tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing rolling. I haven't set it up yet, so I'll run over there and set up the hashtag, and so we can get this first spin going. What am I doing here? Oh yeah. All righty. So the hashtags tonight have nothing to do with these topics at all. I got these slides set up before I did these topics. I'm not going to be, I may do some slides with the topics, here in the future. I don't know. But the slides that I'd come up with for this week, earlier in the week, was I'm going to just show you the best pictures I can find of the fathers of whiskey, put it that way. And Mark was having trouble earlier with his Wi-Fi, so if he pops on and off, don't worry about that. He's going to be having an iffy time here tonight. But without further ado, let's get this first hashtag going. I believe that I copied it. So the fathers, and the first slide here is going to be honorable mentions. Before we even get started, so I got 3 of them on here. One of them's William Grant, and that's Glenfiddich and Grant's whiskey. It's also Tullamore Dew and other products now that's owned by that company. But you can see that little picture up there. And then Don Cenobio Salza, accredited as the father of tequila. There's the Salza tequila. And then Charles Tanqueray, and I don't believe I have to tell you that Tanqueray gin is what that is. All right, so that's our first one. But our first topic of discussion tonight is going to be EU tariff watch. So right now the EU has imposed a 25% tariff on bourbon. They're threatening to go up to 50% as retaliatory tariff. You don't know where all that's going to go right now. This is all fluid. But there are some things that there could be some consequences to it. looking at EU as being a major export market for American whiskey, the tariffs could lead to substantial financial losses for distilleries and related industries in Kentucky and beyond. Uh, some of the key concerns are they're going to have a surplus of bourbon, and we'll talk about that on the next topic too, and more impact of what that means in the market. But if they can't ship it, if no one's buying it, then it's sitting there. And of course, distilleries are like any other business. They're going to look for trends. They're going to look for ways to, like how much do I need to produce to meet demand? They're going to continue to do that. And when that is disrupted, it's no good for anybody. It may be good in the short term as far as getting a little bit cheaper bourbon here or there. They may have to. They may have to sell it at a lower price point, but that's also probably going to mean a reduction in future releases. They may limit their distributions. They may close down. And if we do get into a situation where they're closing down rick houses and they're closing certain stills down because they just don't need them to produce, that could mean a long recovery time if this gets worse. So thoughts on that, but there are ripple effects to these things. Oh yeah, the calls for resolution. Industry leaders that we're talking about, whiskey industry, are urging both U.S. and EU to negotiate and find a resolution to the trade dispute, advocating for return to the 0 for 0 tariff agreement that was previously in place that benefited both sides. Like I said, this is a situation's fluid, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But ideally, they're going to want that 0 to 0 tariff for whiskeys and bourbons, but we'll see. And that's about as political as I get on this show. Really, that has nothing. Well, it does have something to do with politics, but I'm just looking at the business side of things. I leave it up to people either smarter or whatever than I am to run the show. And then I just talk about the consequences. But the whiskey industry is just one industry. This all did come about due to, I believe it was the steel. I believe it was. Maybe it wasn't this one. Let's see. I read somewhere it was something. It had to do with not only whiskey but with the steel and tariffs and things like that. So anyway, might be a collateral damage thing going on. But and I believe distilleries are going to have to start getting creative. If they can't make what they need to make to keep the distilleries, keep the people employed, keep the production lines going with the way they have been doing things, they may need to shift and transition. And we have some things coming later on in the show that talk about where some of them are running through some of those transitional shifts with the way that they're doing business, like selling barrels direct to consumer and things like that. Now, there's some legal red tape they have to work through to be able to do that. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Hurting the furniture industry, as well as double on steel parts. Yep, sure enough. Yeah, and I'm worried about. Well, I'm not really worried about it. I mean, but it is what it is, and it's one of those things where everybody's going to be in the same boat. If we all get to hurt enough, then maybe we'll scream. But cars are a big concern because they're already freaking expensive, and if the car prices go up, because we talk about things going up 30%, 25%, 50%. Well, a 50% tariff on $100 bottle of bourbon, and it's not going to be on the MSRP. It's going to be on what it's sold coming over, right? So whatever, and I think that's a misnomer, because really what you're going to notice is the prices won't go up that much, not from MSRP to double, or half over on the price. So if it were true 50%, it would be if a bourbon costs $100, it would cost $150. But honestly, the people that are importing it are getting it wholesale. They're not paying anywhere near that $100 MSRP. So, but it will go up. But if they're paying 50 for it, it's going to be 75. And then if they were charging 100, maybe they can eat some of the costs. I don't know. Seafood department. Let's see here. Let me highlight this. My eyes. Let's see. I run a seafood department. 80% of my product is imported. Yep. Yes, sir. Well, and that comes down to how much profit can you make, and what are people willing to pay? And that's just and if they can't get it anywhere else for any cheaper, and they're going to get it. What causes, what we tend to see is people just quit buying that thing. Like, that's now a luxury item. I'll buy it every once in a while instead of having it twice a week or something. But, we joke about eggs and all that, but yeah, fast becoming a luxury item. All right. Well, we are, got a couple more minutes here. Man, my eyes are not doing well today. And it's not these glasses either. I just got these glasses. I think it's I used a new cleaner on the glasses, and it's causing the light to glare in streaks across my glasses. And I didn't realize it was going to do that until I got sit down here. So a little bit too late for that now. But yeah, we're going to run into a lot of situations, and we'll just have to take them as they come. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't impact anyone too severely before we can get things sorted out. Businesses, especially small business, man, you lose any of your revenue, or it impacts your revenue. You can't pay your employees. You get into a downward spiral where you have to let people go, and now your production is down, service is down. Depending on what you're doing as a business, and then it makes it harder to go out and land a bigger contract because now you don't have the people to fulfill it, and you have to run out and rehire people or whatever. That would be that's always a good problem to have, when you're growing. But yeah, we'll see how all this goes. But I'm going to go ahead and spin this first one here, and they changed again every time I log on here every week. They've changed some stuff. So let me see what button does what. There it is. I want to get there it is. Bam. Okay. Here we go. All right. Good luck, everybody. This is for one entry to the bottle giveaway coming up next week. Yeah, I hope Mark can get his internet sorted out. He's probably in there rebooting it. Boom. Chris Jenkins. Congratulations. All righty. Let that confetti die down. I don't want to steal that from anybody. And we'll get the next one. I usually reboot my router right before this show, but I rebooted it last night. The internet died. My thunderstorm sounds went off. And I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. Hey, where's my white noise? All right. Okay, the next slide here, the first one of the bunch is Jimmy Russell. There's a picture of Jimmy Russell. Of course, that's Wild Turkey. They do Russell's Reserve and all that stuff too. So, bang. All right, so moving on to the next topic. Let me get this sheet here out of the way. Is going to be a bourbon oversupply and global sales plateau. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, I did go through all these notes and everything, and I will tell you that it's not doom and gloom. It's really not. We are not in a situation of terror with the industry. Hey, welcome back. Did you get the internet sorted?
Maybe.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right.
We'll,
But
we'll give it a shot and see. I don't know.
yeah, the my first note I had down here was we're experiencing a quote unquote cooling off, not a collapse for sure
Oh, the whiskey industry?
of
Yeah.
whiskey industry. Yeah, it's just down, and it's been going down since COVID. Tapered off. We saw a little decline, but I think the tariff scares have things kind of coming down to, they don't want to get caught, with a whole bunch of stuff on the hook. And so I think there's been a
Yep.
preemptive downturn in the market, but um, there are some shifting consumer behaviors going on. Rising
Yeah.
popularity of low to no alcohol drinks, low to no alcohol. I mean, I get the
Yeah.
low, but the no alcohol.
Yeah.
Um,
Near beer?
I mean, if people now I say that, but if people are saying, I'm not talking about like near beer or zero alcohol drink. If they're just saying, look, I'm just going to drink iced tea and lemonade, fuck it, But
Yeah.
I think part of that comes in because cannabis use. There's a lot of legalization going on to that, and
Yep.
it's new to a lot of people. It's new. There's some people that have been smoking or eating gummies or what's that we always say, brownies or cookies or whatever. There's people that's
Yep.
been doing that for a long time, but to a lot of people, a large number, I think it's a new thing to try,
Yep.
and so they're giving it a whirl, and yeah. So let's see
That
what
and
else.
it's it's a little odd to mix weed and different drinks because it'll hit you a lot weirder, a lot harder.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's one of those where, especially for noobs, getting into it, you want to do one or the other,
Yeah.
and I look at that as like anything. Like if your doctor says, "Hey, let's put you on this med for a month," I want to see how this does, and then we'll start this other med because I don't want to guess which one's doing,
Yeah.
the wrong thing here. So. And the same thing when you're troubleshooting tech or on your computer. Don't try a whole bunch of things and then, try one thing systematically and see if it fixes the issue and then move along. But yeah, the other factors in there are anti-obesity medications. So there's a lot of those that are hey, don't drink with this, or and stuff
Yep.
like that. So there's people wanting to lose weight, and then just consumer hoarding of cash. They're not wanting to spend. They're it's an uncertain market. People are hanging on to their pennies right now to see how
Yep.
things go. And of course, I'm in a situation, between jobs right now, and of course, I'm not going out and buying new bourbons right now because I'm trying to hang on to my cash to see how long, I'm going to have to, and I'm certainly hoping to find a job pretty quick and all that, and actually even get some overlap with some of the payouts I'm getting, from my current to
Yep.
recent current job, to see.
Really? Come on now.
What's that? Oh, your internet. Yeah.
I'm about ready to smack Elon about the head and shoulders.
You need Starlink.
Cheers, Charles. Well, yeah, but that's his company. It's
All right,
weird.
but
I mean, sometimes it'll be just fine, and then sometimes it's like, yes, it drops, comes back, drops again, then comes back. And I'm like, what? There's a little cloud in the way? Come on now.
I'm sure y'all are satellite internet there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no AT&T line through here. There's one at the bottom of the hill, but they wouldn't let us tap on. Otherwise, we'd be direct into that.
Oh yeah.
And we cut it in half. He still wouldn't let us tap on.
Yeah. Well,
When we were,
sometimes they can't because you can only relay it so far. And once you
well,
get
there
so
was
far,
extra lines. So, but because see the road here behind me? That goes
mhm,
down the hill and makes a loop and comes back, this way. And we cut into AT&T bundle about that big around of
mhm.
regular phone lines. And then also there was the regular fiber optic lines. We cut all that. So I was there with the fiber optic guy and, watching him hook all that stuff back together. And I'm like, what are those? He's like, those are extras. I'm like, well, can we tap into one of those? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, come on now.
Well, some of that, I don't know. I would have to look at the area. Some of they do boosters, and they can only boost the signal so many times, and
Yeah.
that's why somebody across the street could have, certain provider, and you're
Mm-hmm.
right across the street and you can't get it because that they hit the limit of length that they can send it. Otherwise, you're going to have a degradation of service.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, they can't promise anything. But
All right.
getting back to this,
Cheers,
oversupply
folks.
corrections. I know I mentioned that in the last topic there. Years of increased production because we've been in a boom. Since what would you say the boom started around 2008 ish, maybe
Yeah,
2011?
I'd say right around
Yeah, and it's probably
eight
ramping
to
up,
ten.
and then about yeah, and around 2011 or whatever, it got pretty big, but it's been steadily growing and increasing. So that causes a shift, and increased production, oversupply. Once things start turning down, I kind of
COVID,
called it a hangover effect, from the boom. Uh,
COVID was a
but
big boost, because everybody was hanging at their house, couldn't go out nowhere, so they're
Yep.
either stopping by, picking up a bottle or two, or ordering it online.
But yeah, despite the slowdown, though, yeah, there's still positive signs. I mean, there's some brands continuing to experience growth. Um, I think it's just making it harder for people to get into, and I tip my hat to some of these newer ones coming in, that are making an impact. But we'll see later on that some of them are trying some crafty things to get in there. But we're all adapting, and it
Come
will
on, you
continue
internet!
to adapt. And we'll see where we go from here. But yeah, I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's exciting times, but it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where we are a couple of years from
Don't drop. I mean,
now. You're froze, man. Mm. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and spin this thing while we're right here at this point, and we'll give away another one of these entries. All right, this is for one entry to next week's bottle giveaway. Right here. Boom, Rye Guy. Congratulations.
congratulations, Charles. Cheers, Ben. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, I did send that tracking number for Rye Guy, so should have got that today. The tracking number.
Okay.
It is my night for samples. We'll get into that a little bit later, but right now we are about to get into the next topic. We're changing segments now. We're done with the dry, boring stuff. We're getting into awards and flagship releases, and I am running through this stuff because I usually don't have 10 minutes per for the last, so I'm trying to trim time down just a little bit tonight and stay ahead of the curve.
Okay.
First one I want to talk about here tonight is A. Smith Bowman Cast Strength Batch number 4. Have
Okay.
you heard of this?
I've heard of it. I have not tried it.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the A off the front, but the Smith Bowman Cast Strength 4, highly sought after, limited edition, and this is right here. My neighbor right here, it comes out
Mm-hmm.
of Virginia, and I have a lot of Bowman brothers and stuff on my shelf, so I can usually find this stuff around here because it's just one state over. Um, let's see, that's my alarm going off. Anyway, it was this particular batch released early 2025, and here's what we know. It proofs in at 139.7 proof. It's uncut and unfiltered or non-chill filtered, and it's aged for 10 years, minimum 10 years. The flavor profile, it boasts a complex and flavorful profile with notes described as leather, plums, and apple on the nose with hints of cherry, fruit leather, spiced apple butter, blah, blah, blah. I won't read through all those. Palate, raspberry chocolate, stone fruit, cinnamon, does some cherry, vanilla, of course. Finish, crisp apple. I don't tend to think of crisp apple when I think of finish. It just doesn't tend to
No.
come. The toasted oak and the toasted oak turning towards leather, that makes sense to me for a finish.
Yeah, especially for a bourbon. I mean,
yeah,
apple I would get on like an Irish or a Scotch.
yeah. Now the sour cherries on the finish, that makes sense.
Yeah, that
Having that
yeah
little
on the
sour
bourbon.
note, yeah.
Yep.
So availability, it's going to be primarily available through an online lottery held from through
Hey.
there. Virginia, limited quantities, or you can get it at the distillery in Fredericksburg. Retail price suggested was $99.99, which means it's not out of reach. It's $100, but if you want a boutique bottle, there you go. It was named Best Bourbon and Best American Whiskey at the IWC, the International Whiskey Competition.
Okay.
It earned a score of 97.01. That is freaking high, dude. That is up there.
Yep.
It said it narrowly missed the top spot for whiskey of the year to Cavalier Solist Fino Sherry Cask Strength Single Malt. I probably slaughtered all of that pronunciation, but
Cavalier's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that part, but yeah, because it says I want to say soloist, but it says solist on here, SOLIST. So that was the cap.
Okay.
So anyway, that must have been damn fine.
I've got one Cavalier that's quite tasty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had it before, and they're the ones with the big. They put the KAV, and then under it put the I've had a bottle of that before.
Yep. I get it confused sometimes. I want to say Vietnamese, but it's Taiwan, I believe.
Well,
pretty good.
I can tell you this Basil Hayden's I'm drinking right here. Not good, but not bad. Not good, but not bad.
It's a light beginner bourbon as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It's good for me keeping my wits about me going through all these notes and everything. So
yep, lower proof, whatnot. So it's it's not one of those that's going to draw your attention too much,
Yeah, no, it's one of those. Talking about this Smith Bowman. If I can get my hands on a bottle of it, I'm going to probably pour myself 4 ounces out of it and just use it as a giveaway.
Okay.
And that way I'll either that or I'll pour myself a pour, let it air out a little bit, try it, and then pour myself maybe 6 ounces out of it, in one of my little bottle flasks.
Yep.
And then just reserve the bottle for giveaway. And go that route, because that's one of those limited editions you're not going to be able to get and all that type of stuff.
Yep. I mean, I get a lot of those from Still Austin that are hard to come by. They're distillery only release, things like that.
Yeah, but I can make it to the distillery, and I would call them ahead of time though. I wouldn't go all the way there. If they say, "Oh no, man, we've been out of that," You know, I'm not gonna go.
Well, yeah, do that. Give them a holler ahead of time, and then reserve 2 bottles. I'll get one.
Yep.
I'll buy one.
And yeah, I'll put it on that credit card, and then you can send me the money, and then I can give it to my wife so she can put it back on the credit card.
There you go. Not a problem.
No, I did order some more cigars here. Joe next door, we've been smoking cigars, and I told him, I said, oh, I'm fine on my stash. I said, but if we keep smoking them, I'm going to get run out, and I'm not ready to buy any right now. So he chipped in, and we bought some cigars.
There you
go. He told me one time, he said, you remember what you said to me? And I said, what's that? And he said, you told me if I was out of work and I couldn't afford that, you told me you would keep me in alcohol and cigars. And he said, I haven't forgotten that. So here we go. I'm going to keep us in cigars. All right. There we go.
There you go. I'm liking this one so far. It's a pretty good cigar. The wrapper's not holding up for the shit, but
what is it?
I think it's a My Father. It's a La Aroma de Cuba.
Oh yeah, it's better. Now I will tell you this about the My Father's. Stay away from the Opulencia.
Okay.
It rated really high. It is award winning. People rave over it. It costs way too much, and I hate it. Yeah. I can't stand it.
This is El Jefe. It's a good, nice little Connecticut wrap on it, and it's good size, good ring size too. I like it. So it makes it a bit of a milder smoke.
Yeah, and I'm more of a milder. I mean, I like the Wrath every once in a while. The Oliva, and it's a dark. I like that one, but that My Father was just freaking bitter. The Opulencia.
No, this is not. This one's quite. I like it.
But I did get. So I got the Oliva V Melania. The Series V Melania, because I just love those. But I do the on Thompson's website, Thompson Cigar. You get it's called 5-pack fever, so you can get up to 4, and the more you get, the cheaper each pack is, and it doesn't matter how much the cigars cost. If you buy 4 or 5 packs, they're $19.99 a piece.
Right, for the cigar.
For the 5-pack.
Oh, wow.
That so $20 per 5-pack.
$5 a cigar?
No, less than that. $4 a cigar. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But you cannot get, it's one each. You can only get 1 5-pack of each thing. Like you can't, now there's a whole bunch to choose from.
Yeah.
But I got an acid. Okay. And then I got a Romeo by Romeo and Juliet. And then I think I got an Oliva Serio, I think.
Oh, yeah. Those are good. I like those.
Yeah. So I just, I picked 4. And like I said, it doesn't matter how much the cigars cost. The 5-pack is $20. So anyway, I got to spend.
Close, Orlando. El Jefe.
El Jefe.
Yeah, right. I like it. It's probably because of the ring size on it. It's pretty good size.
Hang on. Before I do that, I forgot to set up the next one. Before I share that screen. Wait, did I not do the next one?
Colby? F. Colby? Or let's see.
I don't think I did the next hashtag.
JRWT. I don't know. I was in and out with fighting the internet. So JRWT apparently is
Kobe.
I don't know. That's what somebody else put in there earlier.
That's not even a thing. I forgot to spin one. Anyway, I'll have to catch up on stuff. Here we go. This is the next one. I forgot to do it. There's Colonel James E. Pepper, Old Pepper Bourbon. There's his little smug self sitting in his chair.
Yeah, the only winner I saw so far was
Well, I've
Rye
only
Guy.
spun twice. Chris Jenkins and Rye Guy. That's the two
Okay.
winners. I just forgot to set up. I went to go back and spin it, and when I went in there, I went to share the screen, and it was still on Rye Guy. I never
Oh,
even set the next one up. Anyway, we'll get to it. I'll spin quick or something. I'll just spin when this topic's done.
okay. No.
No. The Bowman was not that wasn't a spin. That's not a hashtag. All right, so the next one on our topics here, nothing to do with the hashtags. The IWSC top 25 bourbons of the year, or top 2025 bourbons of the year. Okay, so the IWSC International Whiskey Spirits Competition of North America. Several bourbons received top accolades. So we've had 3 earned gold outstanding medals. One of them is Bullet Frontier Barrel Strength Whiskey, which is
Oh,
that tells
okay.
me it's almost a pay to play.
Yeah, Bullet does sell a lot, and they're what? They're basically MGP stuff, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I
But
don't believe they're
they're
selling
now
anything.
this is a Frontier
They're
Barrel Strength whiskey. So there you go. You got to remember that.
yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, Frank August, small batch, Kentucky Straight, and then Predicum, Predictum, 15-year-old Kentucky Straight. Additionally, W.L. Weller 12-year-old bourbon, often called, that's what we call the poor man's pappy because it's the
Mm-hmm.
same mash bill, but just not aged as much. Um, got it was a finalist in Whiskey of the Year. Now we talked about the one, the last, the Bowman, the
Mm-hmm.
Castring. Okay, it won, but it's it's the IWC International Whiskey Competition.
Ah, okay.
So it's a separate group from so it's more it's more of the real one, instead of the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it won top honor whiskey of the year, or nearly took it, but it scored that 9701. Diverse range of high quality bourbons, blah blah blah, and all that. So what the main thing to talk about here is a lot of these competitions, like especially San Francisco spirits
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And I trust when the whiskey sommeliers give it a score, and the real stuff happens, and it's ranked and scored, because they're held accountable for that stuff, by the community. We hold them accountable to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if they score things high that we don't agree with, we're gonna, tan their leather a little bit. But
Yeah. There's very few whiskey influencers that I trust as far as if they say they like this. There's a
mhm,
very few that I go, oh well, if they like it, then I more than likely will. You know, most of them
right,
are like, if they like it, I'm like, well, you like that, but I probably won't because you like this and this and this, and I don't like any of those.
yeah,
Oh,
I know they Whiskey Tribe put out a thing, and I know they've had some decent stuff, but they're a
yeah.
uh, they're into whiskey, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
That's not their background, right? They were one of them was a musician,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a marketing company that started that, right?
Rex, Rex. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
he mainly does is the marketing.
and so the what turned me off on them a long time ago, and I mean, I tried to watch their stuff, and I got into it a little bit, but when he was just going head over heels over Monkey Shoulder, and I went out and bought a bottle of Monkey Shoulder, and it's still sitting down there with one pour out of it.
Oh yeah.
I put it. I
I just
put
saw
monkey shoulder.
one bottle of that, and I haven't replaced it.
Oh Lord, I couldn't drink it. That stuff is awful, and it ruined their reputation with me. You know, and that's when I really looked into Whiskey Tribe. And not that I'm a big tuber or a big whiskey guy or anything like that. I mean, I ain't trying to throw shade. I'm just saying, sometimes something
Mm.
happens, and there's this big channel or this big influencer or this big thing going on, and you're like, how are they that big recommending this spoiled crap? You know, so that's what made me Google them and made me really look into it. And there's a lot of controversy around that sommelier thing, you know, they give away, and
Mm.
there's a lot of controversy around the channel. And I was like, all right, well, so I
No.
just left it alone. I just didn't go back and touch it again. I mean, I'm still sub to them, but I
Molly,
haven't watched anything in years off there.
Molly,
Yep.
what are you doing back there?
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and
Don't
spin
pick
this
it up
thing.
on screen. What are you doing?
I'm going to, oh boy, he's laying logs. I'm going to spin this thing so that we can
Jeez.
get caught back up again because I missed one.
Thanks,
All right.
Molly.
Here we go. We're going to spin
Hey,
this, and then we'll get back on track here.
you
All
big
right. Good luck,
goofball.
everybody. One entry to next week's draw. Oh, +1. That's right, guy. +1, and then draw again.
Well, now my cigar and my whiskey smells like dog poo.
Whiskey uncensored. Now
Hey,
I'm
more
more
than
of
one.
the I'm
Congratulations,
more of
Ben.
the type of guy that when I go to
Right, Peter White.
I'm more the type of guy when I go to a restaurant for the first time and I get like I just don't like the food. I just don't say anything. I just don't ever go back, you know.
Mm. Oh, you ready to go back in now, Molly? I see how it is. Leave a big dump for me and then head back into the house. I see how you are. She don't care no more.
All right. There's John Jameson.
Oh yeah.
Now tell me, when I first saw that picture, I was like, what's that dude that does that damn Tonight Show thing from Saturday Night Live?
I don't know.
Oh shit, I can't think of his name. I know him when I see him. He gets up there. They do them sing off thing
Oh, the newer guy.
yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah. Anyway, that picture reminded me of him, so I was like, oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
does a little bit. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
Jimmy Fallon. That's who it is. That's who I was thinking of.
There you go.
I
There
couldn't
you go.
think of the name. All right, next topic. Next topic here.
But while you're starting to consider that, I'm going to drop off the screen for a second here and sling that way.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
I'll be right back.
All righty. Well,
Let me
I'll
see.
announce it, and you can catch back up.
Okay.
Finally, Buffalo Trace launches Eagle Rare 12 year. So, Buffalo Trace recently launched a new permanent addition to the Eagle Rare bourbon lineup, Eagle Rare 12-year-old. This release follows a 10-year, $1.2 billion expansion project at the distillery, which significantly increased production capacity and enabled new aging possibilities. So it's aged 12 years, of course. Same mash bill and all is the 10 year. It's going to be bottled at 95 proof. So just above the 90 proof of the 10 year. Same mash bill as the 10 year, but also same mash bill as Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor, and Stag. Flavor profile offers a sweet oaky aroma, hints of almond, blah blah blah. We all know what Eagle Rare tastes like. Availability and price. The suggested retail price on it is going to be $49.99. So uh, there we go. Unlike limited edition, Eagle Rare is going to be a core offering, so that's important to note. Buffalo Trace aims for Eagle Rare 12 to be an accessible bourbon and plans for regular releases, aiming to meet growing demand. So it'll be a part of the expanded lineup this year. It'll still include Eagle Rare 10 and the Double Eagle Very Rare, of course, 20-year bourbon, which I can't afford. Eagle Rare 25 and the annual released Eagle Rare 17, part of Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Okay. So what they're saying here is, despite the increased production, it may be limited in your area for a while until they can catch back up. So, Mark, to catch you back up, Eagle Rare releasing 12, so they'll have 10, 12, and then on up. And the suggested MSRP on it is $49.99.
Yeah. Well, I hope for that. Yes, Lori, I can see you now.
But if they sell it for 60, 65,
60, I probably get it.
I mean, I'd like to have both, a 10 and a 12.
Yep.
I'd like to have more than that.
Cheers.
Some of those damn things are expensive, man.
RB said he had it the other night. The 12 was good.
That's good. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be an affordable option, whether you want the 10 or the 12. And I don't know if may bring down, because around here with the ABC store, I've been telling y'all, if I can find it, I can get Eagle Rare 10 for like $37.
Damn, that's stupid cheap.
Yeah. And sometimes 42 ish, but
I see it around 45, $50, right in that range.
Yeah. But if this one's supposed to be $49.99, I would expect it to be about $10 more.
Yeah. Yeah, the store's got to make a few bucks on it, count.
Oh yeah.
Well, most stores, I should say. Now, where you're at, they don't, because they get it on, they have to sell it at whatever they buy it at.
Best Buffalo Trace,
according to the middleman too, right?
Yeah. Best Buffalo Trace product and I'm thinking Stag. Do you think Stag, Mark? Accessible.
Well, Stag's not really accessible to me. I've never seen a Stag in Austin ever.
Stag Junior maybe, or the E.H. Taylor's good.
E.H. Taylor, I've seen. I can get that.
Well, I'm not talking about just what you can get in your area. I mean, it's all over. There's places that can get it.
Yeah. Now your E.H. Taylor is becoming more accessible. Now.
I like Eagle Rare. I think Eagle Rare is a good, solid showing from there.
Eagle Rare 10, it's a good bourbon, and it's becoming more accessible, like the E.H. Taylor, which is great.
For me,
Lori, stop. Hang on just a second. Lori, I can see you on screen. Your comments are coming through. We can see you.
Yeah, I can see them.
Couldn't earlier, but now we can.
But what was I going to say? Oh, the antique, the Weller 107.
Mm-hmm.
The CYPB is my favorite.
Never seen that on the shelf.
And the stupid, ridiculous price for it a lot of times. Yeah. But in lieu of that, Antique 107 is good.
I've got a lot of good stuff. I saw that on the shelf, and then I've got a 12 because I saw that one on the shelf finally. Now they marked it up, but it wasn't. They didn't mark it up to where it was stupid. So
Yeah, I've seen CYPB for $1,200. That is ridiculous. All right, we're going to share this screen. I know I'm going a little fast, but I missed a spin, so I'm catching up on this stuff. So good luck, everybody. This is for one entry for next week. And Peter White, congrats.
Cheers, Todd. Good to see you, sir. Hanging out here in Colorado for the last few days. Oh, Jimmy said give Lori a couple of entries for him.
Okay.
Thank you, Jimmy. Good to see you, sir.
All right. Let me write this down and put that entry down there. All right. Got it. All right. Let me stop sharing this screen and set up the next one. That's one. See, that's all clever. Catch me in the middle of a spin where I'm sharing the screen, and then throw a super down on me. Yeah, ha, ha. Okay, yeah, I remember what this is now. All right, coming back over here, we're going to go to Evan Williams. I do believe, if I
Okay.
remember correctly, Baptist preacher, right? Evan Williams.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that is correct. And that's the only picture. It's probably not even close to what he really looked like. But we're moving on to the next topic here. We did the Eagle Rare Old Forester. Okay, here we go. Now this
Okay.
one's kind of got me a little bit excited.
Good
It's an
whiskey.
Old Forester 1910
Okay.
extra edition. Okay.
Oh,
So basically what this is, it is the Old Forester 1910. Let me get Kathy written down here. It's the same thing as the regular 1910. Very old whiskey or something like that.
hmm
And then they age it for an extra 2 years in heavy char. So it's
oh
a
wow.
limited edition whiskey, a double barreled bourbon, starting with the same base spirit as the Old Forester 1910 Old Fine whiskey, but
Yeah.
undergoes a significantly longer secondary maturation process, spending an additional 24 months in a heavily let me find my spot here again. Heavily
Really
charred
hard.
oak barrel. This extended finishing period extracts a more pronounced charred influence, setting it apart from the standard 2010 expression, which has a shorter secondary barrel aging period of 6 to 9 months. So I'm kind of excited about that because I like all of the Old Foresters,
Yeah.
and I like the 1910. So
I like the 10, but I like the 20 better.
I know everybody does, but for a change up, I like
Yeah, but the 10 I thought had enough oak influence for me, just personally. Uh,
mm,
added 2 more years in oak with that one.
no, not two more. One more. One and a fourth more.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's because the
Maybe a
first
little
one was secondarily aged 9 months in that barrel. This is
Yeah.
a darker char, but and then an extra 15 months.
Okay.
But a more heavily charred barrel, which the heavier char a lot of times will negate some of the oakiness of it.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah, because you're filtering it more than you're adding
Mhm.
the oak flavor to it.
I don't know. I would just like to try them side by side, you know, to see what's what.
Yes, sir, Orlando. Yeah, the 2015 blend and 1915 blend. Yeah, blended the 10 with the 20. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I didn't
Oh,
blend a whole bunch of it up, but
it's going to be 93 proof. So there's that, and suggested
oh,
retail on it is going to be 64.99.
hmm,
Yeah, that's going to bring it
oh,
way up because that you're running into 1920 price there.
yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, they have to store the barrel longer, so we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, more taxes and that kind of stuff. So you know,
Yeah, I had a bunch of shit down there about oh, this is a throwback or a call out to the some distillery, some rick house incident they had where they had to rebarrel, whatever. They all have a story to tell.
oh yeah,
But what I was going to say is take just a minute here to let people know that we are doing a spin tonight for samples. The super chat entries here are going into. You get 2 entries per every $1 goes to the sample giveaway tonight, and also the same 2 entries per dollar goes for the bottle giveaway next week. This is the last chance for that. for next week. Once we get on here next week, the table's set, the wheel is set, so no more entries. All right, so hopefully everybody's got their entries in. I'm going to spin this thing.
Also, it will be after the first of the month before I can go pick up that Still Austin bottle. So whoever wins, let me know if you want the bourbon or the rye. That way, when I go to pick it up, I can get whichever one you like. Because they don't release it until the first of the month. And right now, they're all gone, guaranteed.
All right. Again, this is for one entry to the bottle giveaway next week. Good luck, everybody. Jimmy's random content.
Jimmy!
If y'all have not seen, it's on Jimmy's random content on YouTube. Go out there and watch that. They've got a teaser trailer for the movie they did.
Yep.
Sean Holtgrave. Let me.
This message.
Let me write this down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
10. Okay, got that. Now let me set this next one.
Yeah. Lori said, "Thank you, Jimmy. That was very nice of you. He's a nice guy. I have not met him personally yet, but I know him well enough to know he's a nice guy."
All right. He's him and Marcel are great people. Elmer T. Lee. There he is.
That guy.
Yeah, with his little hat on there.
Yep.
And if it's there, because his is Elmer T. Lee, I just put namesake bourbon. Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's the next topic here? Jeez. Oh, we're done with that segment. We're into, this is where the good stuff's coming. Not this topic, but the next one. We're into innovation and collector experience. Okay, here we go. Get the next page off of here without grabbing two of them. All right, next one, Michter's Baumberger's Precision Fine Grain, PFG.
Okay.
Expensive. Okay. Well, not that bad. We'll get to it. Michter's Baumberger's why can't I say precision? Precision Fine Grain is a limited release, so collector's stuff here. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey from Michter's Distillery. It was released in 2025 as part of Michter's Legacy series, which honors the brand's origins and history. So aging, the bourbon is initially aged in new toasted and charred American oak barrels. After full maturation, it undergoes a secondary aging in new custom new custom
toasted barrels.
No, new cup proprietary toasted and charred French fine grain oak barrels.
Ooh.
The French oak used for these finishing barrels is sourced from various origins, including whatever the fuck that says, Tronchet, Allier, Nevers, Volsgift, whatever. Anyway, the wood is naturally air dried outdoors for a minimum of 40 months, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The important part, 100.2 proof. Okay.
No, that's good. Good price.
Yeah, that's right in there. This appearance is supposed to be mahogany red, so I'm thinking,
darker than that.
Dark, right? I'm not going to go through over all the notes, but sugar, spice, chocolate on the nose, blend of fruit and spice, toasty and sweet notes, blah blah blah.
Yep.
It is limited. It's going to be a nationwide release, but a limited nationwide release. And suggested retail is $140. It says, however, it is often going to be seen at much higher prices on the secondary market.
Oh yeah, that's typical.
Unique complex bourbon showcases the influence of the French oak finishing, balanced layered flavors, blah blah blah. There we go. So if you're into collecting, and you can afford it and you find it, get two, one to drink, one to hold,
Yeah.
because the price is only going to go up on that. That's going to be one of those rare stamps that only comes out, you know.
Yeah.
But if it sucks, I mean, I don't know.
I'm not a collector. I'm a drinker and sharer.
Yeah. So there's that. But let me add this up. Wait, 50. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This one here. Okay. I need to spin. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay ahead of it here. I'll do
Oh,
better. That right now the spins and the topics have me screwed up, you know. So I'm trying to
yep.
leave room to discuss stuff, but we're getting into the good. We're getting into the better stuff here. All right. Hopefully everybody's got their stuff in. All right. One entry next week, bottle giveaway. Good luck. Here we go. Big Daddy H.
Oh, congratulations there, Cecil.
All right. Bam.
He hasn't been winning many lately.
No, he has not.
PGF is 425 on secondary.
Ooh.
Hard
Well,
pack.
yeah, it just depends. Like I said, more for collectors, you know, and they're holding for price.
I reckon. They can keep it for that price. So I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah. All right. I believe I wrote that. Yep, I did. Okay. Make sure. And this is Uncle Nearest. So, story here. Nathan Green, his nickname was Nearest. I'm not going to go into why his nickname was Nearest, so we'll leave it at that. You can go Google it and read about it. He worked for Jack Daniel's distillery. Was uh, supposedly very instrumental, you know, in the building of Jack Daniel's, but was not appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was. Yeah, you can go read about that too. Anyway, done him wrong. He split, and there's your Tennessee whiskey right there. He used the charcoal filtering. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I really, really like Uncle Nearest, especially the premium, that one with the black label. They have one with a white background label.
Okay.
That's my favorite right there. It's really, really good, and it doesn't break the bank to get it either.
Mm.
So there's that one. Oh, this is my favorite topic of the night, number 8. Yeah. All right, let me pull this up here. This, Mark, you're going to be excited about this one.
Okay.
I just know you will be. And right now, it stinks to not be working, but I'll get a new job soon, and then we'll talk about this. All right, Barrel Global plus New Riff Private Barrel Program. And I'll get into why I'm excited about this in a minute. So, Barrel Global has recently collaborated with New Riff Distillery to offer a limited number of new fill bottled and bond single barrels for purchase through their platform. This is a unique opportunity, and it's the first time New Riff has offered barrels in this manner. Here's how this collaboration and Barrel Global process works. Barrel reservation and ownership. Consumers can schedule a call with Barrel Global representatives to discuss options and reserve a barrel. Upon payment, a legal certificate is issued to the buyer confirming full barrel rights. The purchase price for these new Riff barrels is $2,500. Dude, that is cheap for a barrel, with
Wow.
discounts available for multiple barrel purchases.
Okay.
Here's the good part. Maturation and storage. Barrels are stored in a secure warehouse in Kentucky at an annual cost of $100 per barrel. Owners
Okay.
have complete control over when their barrels reach optimal maturation. Visits to the warehouse can be scheduled and samples can be pulled for evaluation of taste and color.
Oh, nice.
So you can leave it in there as many years for $100 a year. You can just
It's
let
cheap.
it sit there and go visit and taste it to see where it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part. This is a real program,
Yeah.
you know.
Even better if they would actually send you a sample of it. Pull me a sample in July and let me see it. Just
Yeah, they might.
send me a sample.
I mean, even if they charged you something to mail it to you or whatever.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
cheaper than a flight to Kentucky.
Bottling and resale, of course, they go into the Barrel Global assists with the designing, packaging, and legally compliant shipping, which here we can't have anything shipped. I would have to go to ABC, and then they ship to ABC, and then ABC resells to me for the price of the bottle, whatever.
Yeah, Texas is
But
real tricky about shipping too.
yeah,
Man, this poor cigar. Must be
but
the lack of humidity up here.
Barrel Global and New Riff Single Barrel Program. Barrel Global ownership company connecting consumers with exciting up and coming distilleries. So it's not just New Riff. Barrel
Okay.
Global, if you get in with them, you have other opportunities as well. New Riff Distilling is known for its high rye, full body whiskeys, bottled at barrel proof without chill filtration. Now they did say this was the
True
now this
that.
is New Riff has its own single barrel selection offering 4-year-old bourbon, 6-year-old bourbon, and 6-year-old rye. This one did say it was bottled in bond, so I'm assuming when you buy it, it's 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get the barrel because it has to be bottled in bond. It has to be 4 years. So,
Yep, exactly.
but you can let it go for as long as you want, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to go to more than probably. I'd want to taste it along the way, but I've had good bottled in bonds at 6 years, and I've had good
Yep.
bottled in bonds at 10 years. So
There you go. Just depends on how much more that's going to increase the price on it.
yep. Well, it's $100 a year is what they're saying.
Yeah.
So they'll sell it to you for the 2,500, which is freaking cheap, dude.
Yep.
For a decent bourbon, that is cheap
Well,
because bourbon
sell me
barrels
the
around
barrel at that price right there, and I'll lace you down here in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We can get 10 in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not here in Texas. This is Colorado, but
Oh, right.
it would age oddly up here.
Let's
And
see
you
here.
probably, I think the angel share might be more so up here to a degree, just because of the lack of humidity pulling all the whiskey into the barrel. But I'm
Oh
not sure
yeah,
about.
yeah. No, I've seen bottled in bonds. I'm just saying I've had good ones. If you wanted to pay 500 or 600 over the next 5 or 6 years, to let it keep going. But eventually you're gonna. But you also have to be mindful. The longer you leave it sit there, the more you're losing out of it.
Yep,
So
exactly.
you won't get as many bottles. So all right, we're on track now. We are going to spin this thing. Good luck, everybody, for.
Parker's Heritage 24 year. Jeez.
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be like squat or
Sean Holgrave.
Yeah. Congratulations there, Sean. He said he's probably spent that much on New York products throughout the last few years.
Yeah. All right.
Not me. They're pretty good. I've had a few, but not very many.
All right. Next one. Oh, Elijah Craig. I was like ECRA. I just put E for Elijah and then CRA for Craig. It's just coming up with different hashtags. Hashtags don't matter. While I have this posted, I am going to go out here and get the wheel right. So,
okay.
We have 2 more topics to discuss, but I'm going to go do the wheel. and let you talk to folks for a second.
All righty. Peter White says, here's your Baptist minister, Elijah Craig. I'm not sure myself. Here's a question I haven't asked chat in a while. What are y'all sipping on? Hopefully something halfway decent. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof's a good one to sip on. Currently, I have a Knob Creek 9 in the Glen. This is like Timmy. Member for 34 months. Nice. He's got to get back to the editing room. Okay. Get to it there, Jimmy. Somebody's got to do it. Peter White's ripping on ER10.
All right, Will's good.
Eagle Rare 10. That's a good one. It's a good pour. I like that one.
Oh, I forgot to take that down. All right. Sorry about that. I pulled the wheel up and I couldn't see the studio. I didn't realize I still had that up.
Stone Barrington drink of choice. Okay. Kathy's sipping on high octane coffee. Slacker. I see how you are.
All right.
Orlando's sipping Journeyman's Courses, Whips, and Whiskey. Oh, nice. After a Yingling. There you go. Right guy. Smash that like and subscribe, y'all. It's good for you. That's good. That Knob Creek 9 pick from down here, single barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite good. But 120 proof, you can't have too many of them.
Yep.
Next, I think you're that.
Sorry about that. I was waiting for a lull, and then I did the eagle.
That's all right. All right, guys. Some high quality H2O. There you go.
All right.
That's the ERA, so euphemism for heaven.
All right, two more topics here. This is another one of those. Well, these last ones are going to be collector stuff or oddities, specialties coming out.
Oh, like unicorn bottles?
Maybe they may become that. So the first one here is Old Forester's President's Choice Rye.
That's fairly readily available, isn't
it? Yeah, I think so. But it's highly oh my goodness, good gracious!
That guy should go on. Get on the iced tea. That's what I got in this here.
I've been talking too much tonight. Here we go. Right. Oh, I hit the chair with it. All right. Highly anticipated and limited release rye from Old Forester, a brand, blah, blah, blah. The release marks the first time a rye whiskey joins the President's Choice line. So this is the first rye to go in that line.
Okay.
So availability and price, limited nationwide release. So it's going to be limited, but it's nationwide. So look around. Let's see.
Previously, for a low price of $275 at the distillery or $625 on secondary.
MSRP $225.
Oh, he was close.
Yep, $225. Well, that's suggested. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Suggested. So whenever they get it, it's going to be $275 at your local liquor store, and then double that on secondary. So yeah.
Yep. Straight rye. Mash bill 65% rye, 20% malted barley, 15% corn. Aged between 7 and 9 years. Proof varies, but it's going to be between 110 and 125 proof. The sample used by someone who reviewed it was 117.1. And of course, it's Brown Foreman.
Yep.
I'm not going to go through the bazooka bubblegum nosing notes and all that shit, but high quality. Some question whether the 225 price tag is justified. I would say so. Yeah. So we're getting into the is that really worth it category?
Yeah, most whiskeys for me at the 250 price range are not worth it.
I'd rather if I were going to spend that kind of money, I would probably go for the that Masters Collection series stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
Master's Keep.
yeah, Masters Keep, or even Michter's has some distillers keep or something like that, whatever they call it, or distillers collection. Yeah, I'd go for one of those. But one thing about doing all these topics is I was kind of worried because I was like, man, I'm going to be drinking bourbon and trying to do these topics. I don't have time to drink.
Uh-huh.
I'm still on first glass.
Slacker. My goodness.
But I'm about to not be because we only have one more to go through and we are caught all up here. So we got that last one or we got 3 spins left and then the final. Mm.
Yep.
The other bourbon I pulled for tonight is the barrel.
Oh yeah.
So,
Barrel makes good whiskey.
It's cast strength. It's 112.5 proof. So good that I only had one pour of Basil Hayden's. But this is an older one. This is a batch number 17. I've had this forever.
Oh,
Dust
wow.
all over it. Yeah. There were only 2,558 bottles. It's 10 years, 4 months age. I'm looking forward to having a little pour of that shortly. As I haven't had it in years. It's been sitting there. It was hiding behind some stuff. I forgot it was there.
There you go. That's a good way to make sure it hangs around for a little while. You got to hide it behind a few other bottles. Especially if it's a really good whiskey and you stick it on the bottom shelf and hide it behind a few bottles. It's there for a couple of years.
Put it behind the Trader Joe's stuff and I won't ever find it.
There you go.
Yeah, that Trader Joe's stuff was that was bad.
Well,
real bad.
I don't have access to that, so and my local stuff is in Texas is like Specs, Total Wine, Twin Liquors, and a few mom and pop shops here and there.
We had someone from California send us the Trader Joe's whiskey.
Okay.
Because here we have Trader Joe's here, but they can't sell whiskey.
Oh heck.
Because you can't sell, like Total Wine can't sell whiskey here.
Yep.
Because of ABC.
Mm-hmm. You and your weird state laws.
Mm-hmm.
Texas got a lot of weird ones too, you know. Like here in Colorado, I can go to the liquor store on a Saturday and pick up whiskey. I think Sunday too. I'm not positive, but I think so. When I was in Missouri, I could pick up whiskey any day of the week at any hour of the day. Go to a local gas station and they had whiskey on the shelf. Craziness.
Damn that. This glare on my glasses. I used a computer. I fucked up. I used a computer screen cleaner on my glasses. It's supposed to be, I bought this big bottle and it's supposed to be a spray that I can clean my secondary screen, like your phone, iPad, laptop, all that type of stuff.
I agree, sugar kitty.
Yeah.
At $250 a bottle, it better be some damn fine whiskey. I mean, like smack your mama good, you know? It's got to be that good. Otherwise, I ain't spending that kind of money on it for sure. Not when I could buy 3 or 4 other bottles, or kind of considering like if it's a Scotch or something like that, at least 2 different bottles,
I
2 or
mean,
3.
I've never been into the, oh, that's rare, I've got to have
Mm.
that. Nah, I've never been into that.
Now, FOMO does not affect me very much,
I
and I'm not
mean,
a collector, so I'm not going
there's
to buy a
two.
bottle just to put it on the shelf and say, "Look at that pappy." Don't care.
Don't care. No, there's too many damn good bourbons out there and other whiskeys to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend 300 to 500 or more on a bottle of whiskey, and go take a sip and go, that smells like $2,000 bottle of whiskey. It doesn't. It's not going to.
Tastes like my bank account's bad.
Yeah, tastes like I spent a whole lot of money right there. No, when you pour your own bottle of whiskey and you go, oh, this much here, well, that's $300. No.
Man, let me tell you something. Well, now keep in mind, I'm going from Basil Hayden's, which is barely hard iced tea,
Yeah,
right?
it is. I got a good iced tea flavor from the Basil Hayden's
Yeah.
back in the day.
Oh, this barrel. Oh, dude. It's been there long enough now. It is. Oh,
She's opened
wow.
up and good to go, huh? Kathy said, spin, spin, spin.
I'm having a moment. I am getting Werther's original right there. I mean, okay, spin, spin, spin.
Nice. Okay.
Man, that is freaking good, dude. All right. Good luck, everybody. One entry for next week bottle giveaway. The Rye Guy is a plus. Another one.
Man, he's winning big time tonight.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I can't find my first.
It reminds me, send me a text on who won the samples I'm supposed to send.
Oh, I can tell you right now.
Guys,
Sugar Kitty.
Congratulations, sir.
No, wait a minute. It was Rye Guy. Rye Guy. Yep, Rye Guy. There you go. Sugar Kitty. I got to write this down.
Let me make a note of that.
Okay, that damn gnat is about to die. No, he's not. He almost died. I swear he almost died.
Let's see.
All right, set up this one. Yeah, I screwed up trying to clean my glasses with that. I'm gonna have to get some real glasses cleaner when this show is over. All right, so there's Beauregard, James Beauregard Beam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, James B. Beam.
Beauregard.
He got his little leg up there on that rock. I wonder how long it took him to get his foot back down, fatty.
Now that good old the old white label beam, it's not bad and it's cheap too. It's talking like what, $12, $15 a fifth? That's a decent whiskey for that price.
Yeah, no, it is. Now, I when I buy like cheap beam, I usually get like the apple or the red stag. Beam has the cherry flavor stuff, and I just keep it around in case I want to put. And a lot of times I'll just pour a little ginger ale or Sprite on it or something. Like when I'm just wanting to grill or whatever, and I'm not wanting to sip straight whiskey.
Yep,
those are pretty good for that. I leave Beam alone pretty much.
Yeah, I typically do too. It's been one of the back in the day. It was too sweet for me.
Yeah,
it was a real sweet whiskey.
I mean, now they have, higher stuff, but anyway.
Yeah, they've got some better stuff than the old white label.
Oh yeah. All right, so the last one of the night here to talk about is Woodford Reserve's highest proof whiskey they've ever released.
Hmm.
It
Okay.
is called Chocolate Whisper Redux.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know already, if you don't know, I'll tell you, Woodford Reserve is one of the sweeter whiskeys out there, right?
Yeah.
Already. And then they're talking about Chocolate Whisper Redux. It comes in at 139.4 proof.
Wow.
Yeah. Came out in February of this year. Key details. 139.4 proof, making it the highest they've ever offered. 12-year age on it.
Nice.
It's part of Woodford Reserve's distillery series. It's a limited release, so that's all of the distillery series is limited release. It's experimentation by the distillers. Although it contains no actual chocolate, it's described as a chocolate bomb.
So they use like
It's
a ball.
Yeah, due to its flavor, blah blah blah. Nose is chocolate, toasted oak, clove, and nutmeg. So
Hmm.
think more of a spicy chocolate, like a Christmassy type thing
Like a Mexican chocolate.
on the nose. Yeah, and then
Okay.
palate, cacao nib, dark roasted coffee,
Okay.
dried cherry and cranberry, and charred oak. Finish is supposed to be candy pecan and rich oak, which sounds good to me. I
Yeah.
mean, it
It
sounds great.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Now, as far as accessibility of it, even though it's a limited release, the suggested retail on this is only, I say only, but it is a limited release and it's a really high proof. It's $99.99.
Ben has a bottle of that. He still needs to try it.
How much do you give for it, if you don't mind me asking? Because they're saying it should be $100.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, they said suggested retail was $99.99.
Okay. Beam White plus Wawa Lemonade. College Kid Whiskey Sour. Yeah, sounds good.
No, there you go. College Kid whiskey sour. Yeah, but you can get
Oh, Ben said 99.99 for a 375.
well. That's what the suggested
Uh,
retail price was. Yeah.
for a 375, not a 750 at the distillery.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. 375. 375 milliliter. So half bottle. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Half
at
bottle.
the distillery. So, yeah.
Yep.
17-year-old cocktail.
So $200. $200. But
Yeah,
for a
200 for a regular fifth.
but they're not. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they're selling it in
Hmm.
a 750. It's kind of like I think they're probably going that route of more bottles, to offer, uh,
Mm-hmm.
out of the thing, and also
Spread
like
it out a little bit.
if you go get dessert wines, a lot of the ports and stuff come in that little skinny bottle, the little half bottle
Mm-hmm.
of wine, you know.
Yep.
It
I don't
don't
know if
take
I'd pay
much to.
$100 for a half bottle. It'd be like $200 for a bottle.
Well, I mean, so let me ask you this though: if there was something you really wanted to try, and you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, $200 is just too much for
Mm-hmm.
to get that whole bottle. Would you not be more apt to? I know it's a half a bottle, but you're able to walk out of there after spending 100.
Yeah.
I would be more apt to do that than going ahead and be like, all right, I'll throw the extra 100 in.
Yeah. I probably. But even at that price, I would love to try a sample of it first,
That would be nice to
just to
try.
go, okay, I'll try this. It's good. And I'll go ahead and give, $100 for the 375, just so I have some at the house that I can enjoy and share with friends.
I was going to say that these whiskey uncensored samples, we've been hanging on to them. I wanted to make
Hmm.
sure Ben knew that.
Yeah, next week when I get back where the samples are, uh, we can maybe go over those
Yeah, we will.
next
Uh,
live.
yeah. And next week, we're not going to be spinning, doing slides.
Hmm.
So we'll have time, and I'll carve out time. I'll have a few topics, not as many as I had tonight,
Yeah.
and we'll carve out some time to go over those. So we've covered everything I was going to cover in our little whiskey topics for tonight. So, that was that. Oh, there's my alarm. I need to spin. Okay. So let me get this out of the way. I'll get all my paperwork filed down here under G for or T or G, whichever. All right. Spin time. Here we go. And good luck, everybody. This is for one entry for the bottle giveaway next week. Boom, Mr. Richie J.
Nice. Congratulations, sir.
All right. And now we will set this last one up.
I got you there, Sugar Kitty. Me either. I was probably too young to be trying moonshine as well.
Well, and I think we all know what this last one's going to be. It's the only one we haven't out of the major stuff. It's Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
He just look how young. The thing that gets me about this, look how bald he is and all that, but look how young his eyes look.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had boyish features. I mean, from this picture, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And he was probably a mean old codger too. I don't know. I don't know that. I'm just making stuff up.
It was bad.
Anybody that runs a successful major business is not warm and cuddly.
Well, sometimes it got to be hard to be the boss.
Yeah.
The buck stops with the boss, basically.
They can still be a decent, nice person.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to business, don't tangle with them.
No. Business is business. That's different than friendship and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Ruthless when it comes to that. Running that.
Well, people can be, that's for sure.
People that have to be.
They're more ruthless than other folks.
Well, and there's no emotion or anything in business, right? Other business will try. They're going to do everything they can to run you out and take over.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is. And you got to stay on top and stay hungry. That's one reason I never wanted to go into business. It's so uncertain. There's a lot of uncertainty about it. Well, Jeff Bezos is at a point now that he's not even running that company anymore.
Yeah.
At some point, you get so big, the company runs itself. And when I say that, I'm talking about all the VPs and like who's
Lori says, just smelling it, I'd be smashed because I don't have anything right now. Lori, when I get back to my home, I'll save you something else to sip on.
So I just looked at it. Andy Jassy.
Andy Jassy.
Is an American business executive who is president and chief executive officer of Amazon.
Oh.
See, that's what I'm saying. Once a business gets so big, you have officers in place, and that CEO is responsible for the growth and and all that. Now,
shareholders and whatnot.
With that said, Jeff Bezos is going to still be, because he was running it as the CEO, but he's got to spend more time with crocodile lips now, or whatever, blowfish lips or whatever, so this other guy is CEO. Now he's still major shareholder. He still has sway like crazy in there.
You're definitely going to keep more than 51% of the company to yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. And to be honest, the company tends to hold shares back, but it doesn't take much to become. Well, you have to you have to have a lot of share to usually to get a place on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have it, they'll give it to you if they want you on the board. But a lot of times it's only like I don't. It's less than 10% sometimes, but
Really?
that's huge compared. When you look at a company like that,
Yeah.
with all that many shares out there. Now you don't have to own like 12 and 15 and 30% to be on the board. But
Oh,
even if you're not on the board, you're still a major shareholder at some point. There's a cutoff for that.
yeah, I got you. Oh, yeah. I slightly
Oh yeah.
apologize for the background view because there's some fires down the way down the road from me that is everything back here is all hazy and stuff. It's
Mm-hmm.
because of the fire smoke.
Mm. Yeah, Amazon. I think it was. Yeah, it was. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure you're right. I saw something about Amazon starting. It was a bookstore, and then they saw. Well, they saw that wasn't going to cut it, but it allowed them to get their platform ready to build,
Okay.
and then they were able to scale, scale, scale. But that's a lot of freaking work. I mean, Netflix started as a mail delivery of like a an exchange and
Oh.
DVDs. You could order because we did it back. We would get the DVDs in the mail, and
Mm-hmm.
I think you could get 5 at one time or something, and then you mail them back, and you could get another one. And once they received it, they would send you the next one,
Hmm.
and you could set up your queue. That's how that started, and then that didn't last because bandwidth was increasing, 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 and then
Cheers, brother John.
Redbox jumped in as a DVD swap for those out in the middle of nowhere. Whiskey
Mm-hmm.
War, what's going on? Uh, because they didn't have the bandwidth to stream the movies. And
Mm-hmm.
there's still red boxes around. Hell, there's a red box here in town up by Walgreens. And I'm like,
Wow.
who still does that? It's like,
No way that I know of anymore. Sheesh. I mean, most of the red boxes around my neck of the woods are all disappearing.
mhm. But if Elon gets his way, he's going to do Starlink, and then everybody's going to have fast internet.
Fast internet, my ass. Look at what I've been dealing with earlier in the stream here. It's been a pain in my butt. It dropped out 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna spin this thing so we can
Highly
get
annoying.
down to the. One thing real quick. If you're late to the show, we are going to spin for samples. But you also get this is the last bottle giveaway we're doing next week. So for every super chat super sticker for every $1, you get 2 entries to the samples tonight, and the same 2 entries per dollar to the bottle giveaway next week. So that's coming up, but I got to get to spinning this last one just in case we hit multiple folks here. All right, good luck, everybody. This is worth 1 entry to the bottle giveaway next week. Mr. Richie J is a +1. Bam, right there. And draw again. This is why I start early. And Whiskey Uncensored is a +1. And draw again. Let's hit everybody. Let's just give everybody an extra one. Come on. I dare
Sure
you.
enough. Come on.
I dare you. Let's go. Kathy Bates. That's her first
That's
one.
the first one tonight.
All right. That ended the party right there. All right. And there the thing's going off. All right. Okie dokie. So we are going to now shift over and we're going to spin here in just a couple of minutes for the and right now I'll tell you we have 364. No, that's version. Why is it not telling me how many I have? Oh, 60 entries between 4 people. That's what we have on there right now. So pretty good chance of winning samples for tonight.
Dang.
And we're going to spin that, and the wheel's good right now. We'll spin that here in just a few minutes. But let me know in the comments, Sarah, if you like this new format where we have topics to discuss. Of course, we're not going to just stay completely on that. I'm going to do another 20 here for Kathy Bates. But yeah, let me know if you like that, and I can keep bringing you some current whiskey facts.
Okay. I will be right back.
All right.
Excuse me just for a minute.
And the wheel's good. Right there. All righty. And Mark had to step away. Create a monopoly on world. Yeah, that's what his goal is. It would. But, I mean, the SpaceX has been launching the satellites, started the company through the reason Starlink or the SpaceX got so big is because they were subsidized by the American government because of the space station, and they were utilizing private company, to send that stuff up there, and they wanted it to grow, and then da 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 da. And I don't know about this Mars bull crap, but he's been launching a bunch of satellites, creating a mesh around the globe. But then there was some controversy in some companies or some places in Europe and said we're never going to go for it or whatever. I'm not going to get into all that. That's between whoever and whoever. But the mesh is there. But yeah, I think it would. And otherwise, it would kind of be like AT&T's infrastructure. I think if somebody else wanted to offer a service, they would have to lease, space through and all that. So I don't know if he would want to keep running a service or, I mean, if it were me and I had the infrastructure, I wouldn't want the headache of you as a customer. Nothing against y'all, but I would just want to have the infrastructure and be like, oh, okay, T-Mobile or Verizon, you want to offer global internet to people? Then here, let me lease stuff through me. All right, let's spin this thing. I'm gonna get this last spin out of the way. Sample giveaway. Here we go. And spin. Yeah, I just wouldn't want the headache of all that. No, don't complain to me. Kathy Bates. Boom. All right, I will get those sent out and stop sharing over here. And congratulations. And I'll send you some decent stuff. I know what I've already sent you in the past, so I'll try to send you something a little bit different. And Mark's coming back right at the end of the show. Kathy Bates won the spin for the samples, so I'll be sending those out to her here over the next day or two. And I told her that I already know what I've sent her in the past, and I'll try to send her something a little bit different. I have some. Oh, I don't know. Kathy, have I sent you? No, I don't believe I have. Never mind. I know what I want to send you. Yep. All right. It'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. All right. But yeah, no, I think what I'm planning on doing with this show when we change the format and we may shrink it to 1 hour is I'm going to have topics to discuss. We'll go through the topics. And then what we'll do is I'll go back and I'll cut it down, and I want to turn it into a regular posted video. So I'll download it and then chop it up and then do the segments where you can skip to the, it'll show you on YouTube how to, if you fast forward, you can go to the next segment. So if you only want to hear about one thing or the other, or you skip it, you can go back. Skynet, yeah. But yeah, I was telling him, Mark, I don't know if you heard me talking about it. If I were Elon, I wouldn't want to offer an internet service. I would just want to own the infrastructure and let all these different internet companies use that to offer internet anywhere and lease them the space, because that would make you billions if you it's kept AT&T alive all these years. But yeah. All right, guys, we're at the end of the show here. So hope y'all had a good time, and make sure you tune in next week, because we are giving away that bottle. All right. And Mark, I don't know if he can hear, but I'll say it for him. Peace, love, and whiskey, y'all. Peace, love, and whiskey.